Today morning on Minibuzz, we talk about members of parliament and term limits. Yes. Should members of parliament have a term limit? Now, over the years, members of parliament have made noise. What? Term limits? Term limits. Now, civil society organizations have come up and they are voicing a concern that some members of parliament have also been in parliament for forever. I remember when I was a little boy, I saw some people in parliament. I'm now a grown man, I have children.
By the way, do you know actually I was born and some members of parliament were there. That in that day.
Now that day, Bachariyo. Members, friends, should members of parliament have term limits? Nga balina ekikomo tibakulonda omulundi gumu ebiri esatu n'okoma.
Kyandibaddewo naye kati waliwo some districts ng'osanga member of parliament actinga bulungi, akola bulungi, kati kiyinza okwaffectinga on the other side, naye nga waliwo some member of parliament bapromisinga we are going to do this, bwatuuka mugundi mu parliament n'atula neerabira ki bwe yasuubiza okukola.
Kyogerako ki ekyo?
Ateekwakanyiza ddala ekyono olw'ensonga nti omuntu bw'abeera mu kintu ebbanga eddene, for example nyinza okukola ebintu ebimu senga obeera ku nnyanja oba kati wali okuteeka ku luguudo lwe Luzira, omanyi wali we tuyita wana awagonde wa swage, abantu abo basanga balya n'emmere tebakyakifiiringa, they don't feel it,
olusute lukyaba
kakati omuntu walwa mu kintu abamu bakitwalira ddala atwala parliament nga amakaage ng'ekintu kyekiri personal, tafa ku other people's interests, kugamba kyagala kibereko time. Ate on the other hand kisibikira n'abantu abalala basobola okuparticipatinga more than him. Tosobola kumanya muntu asobola okuparticipatinga more than him not until you have just elected him to that seat.
So the question still stands: should members of parliament have term limits?
Yes, it is right.
They should.
Yes, they should.
Why?
Tell us why.
Because the more they stay in the service, the more they become reluctant. So it's better they can have, they must have a limit, so that they give chances to the younger generation, to other people who can also try.
Yes, sir.
Sebu nango bulamu ogongowagira nti omubaka wa parliament yandisaanya abeeko komo sanja okusinga kati olwaleero ogenda nolaba nti n'obukumpanya bungi wano abantu nga tubalonda wabeerawo okugulirira obululu okunaku egamba okuwatanya okwenjawulo oli bw'amanya nti kunaabaako ekkomo ku kiseera ekyo osanga okubba obululu n'okukyankala n'okwo kunaakendeerako oli n'amanya nti n'omulala era naye anajja n'akola ki n'afuga.
Alright, Madam Kuko naawo okigambako ki? Kubye smile munange teesako naffe. Yes.
Bantu bawadde term limits kubanga naffe the young generation we are studying to have like a successful future. So if they limit them and the young generation they are employed, so they can bring their decision which are.
So do you think that actually they are the do you think they are the only people who debate the best? Why do we keep having them? Are they the most intelligent?
They campaign the best.
They campaign the best. Yes.
If you say that they could keep on changing them every time they change another one. It's like a woman. When you marry a woman in one day, then the next week you change another one. You think you will perform better? You will not, and you will not get anything. So you have to what? You marry one woman and you plan for her future and your family.
Okay.
Then you'll be what? Good in your future.
Do you agree with his view?
Tokkiriziganya nakyo.
Tokkiriziganya nakyo.
Kubanga nze ndaba term limits zandibaddewo at least two terms.
Kati nga sina bakubuza kibuzo kasoke tata linda ku katono. Madam, welcome to Minibuzz. On Minibuzz today we are talking about should members of parliament have term limits instead of being in parliament for an unlimited amount of time.
There are MPs that we don't even hear about.
They're
not doing anything. Dormant. They sleep. They just sleep in the parliament. They should also have term limits, I think. So. Yeah.
kati mwemulowooza nti ababaka abamu aba parliament ekibalemesa mu parliament nsimbi oba kuweereza
balemera mu parliament by then babelemerayo oba because ensimbi oba because
akati sebo okusooka kansoke nzireko emabega owajja okuva omulamwa gwange omwami yagambye yakuwadde example nti oli bwawasa omukazi olwaleero the next morning yaleeta omulala tewabeerawo development njagala ekyo kyekisinza okwonera ddala obufuzi bwa africa mpozi nga wano nga bantu balowooza nti obufuzi bubeeranga maka owulidde amaka kyekintu ekiri pasono so ng'ate obufuzi nga babaka parliament oba president eki byonna kyekintu kyokolera abantu for the public toyinza kugattika kintu kikyo kiri pasono nekiri mu public kakati ekyo kitukoze bubi nnyo okubeera nga ffe tulowooleza eggwanga okulitwalanga amaka kyekyo lwaki wakyamuukiridde nokukyamuukirira nti it's a very good example towasa mukazi no kakati nane mukyo n'ababaka ba parliament kati nze ku kino kyobadde obuuza nti ababaka ba parliament twandibadde tumanya n'obubaka kitegeeza ki obubaka kitegeeza omuntu gw'osindise ku lulwo akukolera ekyo kyolowooza oba kyomutumye naye kakati be batuukayo babeere kimanya kakati bakola babeera one sided gavumenti ate baguze ate batuuka eyo ne beefuula ate abalowooza okusinga ennyo n'abaabatuma basalawo ku lwabwe nga tebakomyewo na gye tuli kutwebuuzaako so nga ate ensonga zikwata kufu
kale kati sooka osimbewo akati ng'omuzungu bwandigambye plant their stick.
Yes. Yeah.
We spoke to Crispy Kaheru, who is a coordinator of the Citizens Coalition for Electoral Democracy in Uganda. Crispy Kaheru twambuziza ekibuuzo kino n'atugamba ebigambo nga bifaanana bwe biti maaso kolotimbe.
The members of parliament do not hold executive powers, and once you do not hold executive powers, then you are not eligible for executive term limits. But we are also appreciative that in Uganda we have seen members of parliament who have held their positions in perpetuity. Some have been in the Ugandan parliament for over 20 years. We're looking at the 9th parliament right now. And one thing that we need to observe as citizens is that we saw a very good start of the 9th parliament when it was raising issues that were affecting the people, issues that were affecting the public. It was raising the core issues that potentially previous parliaments had not raised, issues of accountability that are very critical to this country. But we are also not afraid to say that over the years, we have seen the same 9th parliament taking a back position on these issues of accountability. In countries where we have, for instance, members of parliament not staying for more than 2, 3, 4 terms in office, we see that those economies do well compared to those countries where there is not any sort of mechanism to control the return of members of parliament into the House. We can quote an example of South Africa, whereby the turnaround of members of parliament in the House is really regular. We're seeing a country that has a flourishing economy. And we think that in respect of the democratic principles, in respect of the principles of rotation of power, right now the executive in Uganda has too much powers, and its powers are hovering over all the other branches of government. They're hovering over the legislature, they're hovering over the judiciary, and that is not good. We want to see a parliament that can stand against such excessive powers.
Do you think there are any advantages in having term limits for members of parliament?
One of the advantages I think there is for term limits for MPs is that an MP, you know, they put them in parliament, but some of them can be quiet and corruption, you know, they give them money and they don't even do anything because of money. But then there are those that can come and they are like, I have to work, no money, no corruption, and this person is going to work without corruption. So I think that that's an advantage to change.
Naye mujjukire nti no nagambye nti no omuntu atayogera okuva bwayingira basi yaffe eno taxi yaffe eno tumufulumya kakati munnange nkulaba oloza sikulaba osirikiddeawo naye nze nkulaba kakati sawa yakwogera tuli ku mulamwa bino ebintu bitukwatako ffenna tulina airinga views zaffe ate jjukira nti no abantu babeera babalaba.
If you're watching us at home and you're thinking, you can follow us on Twitter. Go to Twitter and look up Minibuzz Uganda and just follow us. Post your comments, your questions. You can also use SMS, text to 6565. Question, comment, remark. Also, we're on Facebook. Look us up on Facebook. Look for Minibuzz Uganda and tell us what you think of these issues. Should members of parliament have a term limit? Remember, you can catch the show weekdays 6:30 on NTV and on Saturday catch the repeat. But now we go back to talking about issues that concern the ordinary man right here in Minibuzz. We're talking about members of parliament. Let's ask this question again. Do you think there are benefits? Mama, mulimu tufuniramu wanga tutaddewo bino ebikomo oba
bandi badde bakola ekisanja banga kimu kubanga abaana tuzadde bangi ate basomye naye bandi badde basobola okweyunga nabo ne bafuuka bali mupi
nawe nga mutabani wo omulaba aliko kotimbe ng'akuba emmeeza kati tamuzi tuteekawo mmeka emu bbiri ssatu at least bbiri zandibadde nga ssatu bbiri nga za myaka emeka mwaka gumugumu etaano gye myaka 10 memba myaka 10 n'abivaamu
nange nakufuuka MP mama
naye ate obutafaanana bwentyo ssebo obutafaanana bwentyo twantaddewo emu olw'ensonga yange bwenti nti bw'ogamba emyaka 10 abantu tuli bangi itsolonga ate n'ensi kati yatandika okuddukira ku
kati emyaka gwogamba emeka
yandibadde 5 ekisanja kimu kimala omuntu
kisanja kimu myaka 5 should we have a referendum tuteekewo referendum bannayuganda bagende basalewo nti tuteekewo term limit z'aba member of parliament oba tukireke tuteekewo referendum yeetaagisa mu bbanga nga ki wiiki emu myaka 2 tukiwe mu myaka 10 tuteekawo referendum kintu kino tukikole ddi next year tukikole coming year tuteekewo referendum. This is Minibuzz kyogereko.